Hello, one and all, and what a thrill it is to be back to making videos. For the past week, I've had a freaking cold, and it sucked. It sucked really bad. Sore throat on Tuesday. Was all stuffed up. As you can tell, I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. So, I was in no place to make an NXT review. So, I apologize for not being able to make a review of that show, but what I can say from watching it real quick, it was a good show. Another B plus solid episode of NXT, so check it out on the WWE Network if you get the chance to. Now, in this video, I'm going to be carrying on a tradition that I started last month. Last month, for Night of Champions, I made a predictions video on what I thought the card would be, and then I compared to what the actual card was like. So in this video, this is going to be my predictions for what the Hell in the Cell 2015 pay-per-view card is going to look like. Now, as of now, we already have one confirmed match. It's going to be The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match. Can't wait for that. Looking forward to it. But these are going to be my predictions for the rest of the card. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so I'm definitely seeing a singles match happening. I don't really want to see it, but this is what WWE is going to do, because, we can't build new stars. We got to, shove these guys that don't really need to be in the main event anymore down our throats. So we're going to be getting Kane versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. So that's definitely going to happen at this pay-per-view. That's what I'm predicting. And most likely it'll be announced probably on one of the upcoming episodes of Raw. I also see the Dudley Boyz facing the New Day for the Tag Team Championships in a tables match. Just the way they've been going and building. I'd like to see these two teams continue their feud. And I think they could put on a pretty good match, especially with the way the New Day has continuously been bringing up the tables and how they're trying to save the tables. So that's what I'm predicting for the Tag Team Championship. Then we have the Divas Championship. I hope that we're going to get Charlotte versus Paige one-on-one for the Divas Championship. I don't want to see Nikki Bella in there. I hope they just blow off her rematch on a Raw, maybe tonight or the next week, and then we shift into a Paige versus Charlotte feud. And I'd like to see all three members of the former team PCB go at it. I think a triple threat match at Survivor Series would be fantastic. But for Hell in a Cell, I'm predicting a one-on-one match between Paige and Charlotte for the Divas Championship. Should be awesome. I also see the rematch between Ryback and Kevin Owens taking place at this pay-per-view. And I'd like to see them have a Falls Count Anywhere match. They need to add a stipulation to it. It's like NXT does this so well, okay? They have their singles match at Night of Champions. Now you up the ante. Don't just keep giving us singles matches. That's what ruined the Rusev and Dolph Ziggler feud, besides the terrible writing from the creative team. They just had singles match after singles match. There was no stipulation, nothing to up the ante or, to get me excited for it. But I would like to see these two for the IC strap in a Falls Count Anywhere match, please. So right now I'm up to 5 matches. So I see there being between 7 and 8 matches on this card. Of course, John Cena is going to be on this card. And he is the United States champion. Now, this one is tough. Who do I see stepping up to challenge John Cena for the United States title? This one is very interesting, and there are a lot of possibilities. Now that hopefully he's finally moved on with Seth Rollins, who would I like to see face John Cena for the United States title at Hell in a Cell? Think about this one. There's a lot of hungry talent. Why couldn't we do a Cesaro and John Cena feud? I would love to see that because they're freaking doing absolutely nothing with one of the most talented guys on the roster. You need to push Cesaro. Get that trending. Hashtag push Cesaro. Tweet it to Vince. Tweet it to at Vince McMahon, at Triple H. Let them know that we want Cesaro to be pushed because he's a damn talented worker and he's been busting his ass. And I want to see Cesaro versus John Cena for the United States title. Let's do a 2 out of 3 falls match. Why not? They probably won't, but that's my prediction. John Cena versus Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls for the United States Championship. Then we have the the Wyatt family feud versus Ambrose and Reigns. And as we saw on Monday, Orton made his return and assisted Reigns and Ambrose in combating the Wyatt family. So what I see happening at Hell in a Cell, there are some possibilities. They could blow off the feud with Reigns versus Bray in the Cell. I think that would be awesome. They could do a 6-man Hell in the Cell. We haven't seen that in a while. That's another possibility. But I believe there should only be one Cell match, and that should be Taker and Lesnar as the main event to blow off their feud. That should be it. There should not be max 2, but if you don't have to, there only needs to be one Cell match to make it very special and very important. So for these 6 individuals, I would like to see a 6-man tornado tag team match between the Wyatt family, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton. That would be awesome. And let me count. We are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on this show. I'm trying to think what else. What else am I missing? I got the IC strap. I got the world title, US title, tag titles, Divas title. Let's see what else. I'd like to see Neville on this show. I would like to see Stardust. I don't know what they just haven't been doing much with them. I mean, they've just been having matches between them and the Ascension going back and forth. There's also Ziggler and Rusev. I would really like that feud to be over. I mean, with Lana being out, it just makes it so much more... I just don't know what to do with them. Obviously, the creative doesn't either. I wish they would just end this feud and have these guys, move on to other things. Oh, shit. It's tough because there's so many talented guys that really aren't being utilized. And I would like to see them, have an opportunity. They'll probably throw the Big Show on here in some meaningless match that nobody gives a shit about. I'd like to see, just throwing it out there, why don't we do Dolph Ziggler and Neville? That would be freaking awesome. Probably won't, but, maybe Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev versus Neville versus Stardust for, say, a #1 contendership for the IC title to see who would face Owens or Ryback at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Why can't we do something like that? Sure, a fatal 4-way. Why not? I'm predicting it. I know there's no chance in hell of it happening, but I would like to see a fatal 4-way between all 4 of those guys because they're sure as hell talented. They're busting their asses, and that's how you create progression. You give them, opportunity to see, because wins and losses do matter. At least I believe so, and I'm sure a majority of the wrestling fans do, to see who would be next in line at the IC title, because I would like to see Owens have a strong, dominant IC title reign. So that's what I'm predicting, to get all 4 of those guys on the card. But knowing creative, they'll just do absolutely nothing with them and stick them on the pre-show. So that's what I've got for that. And yeah, so that is my predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It is coming up on Sunday, October 25th. And we'll see what the build is going to be like for it. I doubt it'll be that great because WWE's in the fall funk right now. They obviously don't give a shit. Raw is 3 hours. It sucks. It's boring. It's been C's and D's for me. Haven't really enjoyed it that much. So it's this time of year for WWE. They half-assed their product, and what do you expect? Ratings are going to continue to go down, and I actually hope they go down, but sadly I'll still be watching. So, let me know down in the comments section what Yin's guys think your predictions are for the potential card of Hell in a Cell, and if you will be looking forward to watching the pay-per-view. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. Like this video, subscribe if you want to see more videos. I will be having my Raw review coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I will be working on that. An NXT review will be back for this week's final episode before the Takeover Respect, which will be next Wednesday. Looking very much forward to that. And I also got to make a predictions video for that. So there will be a lot of content coming to this channel in the next couple of weeks. So with that, I am out. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.